Yorgelt Kivano Kujva. Start to the finish. That's what it feels like, the start to the finish. And here I find myself, there's no better way to start the day than to wake up and jump into the jacuzzi with a cup of coffee. Mm. Well, I don't jump into the jacuzzi, actually. I kind of go down the steps. When I was a little kid, I used to jump into the jacuzzi. But now I just kind of saunter my way into the jacuzzi. But anyway, here it is. Hmm. Every day when I start one of these videos, I gotta think, what's the title gonna be? What's the title gonna be? And today, start to the finish. And I say that because that's kind of how it feels. It kind of feels that right now the push is to get home. The push is to get back to Florida via Pittsburgh and Cleveland. But the push is to get home. And yesterday was a yesterday I resolved myself to give Yanae as nice as a birthday as possible, and checking into this Hilton Resort in Sedona was just the ticket, and then taking her out for dinner last night. She chose the restaurant, the Italian restaurant, but I wanted to give her a special special birthday, and I kept teasing her that last year if she had somebody had told her that she'd be spending her next birthday with a gringo in a resort in Arizona, pulling a camper along behind her. She would have told them that they were muy loco, which means very crazy. But so here we are. It feels like the start to the finish. And checked in for 2 nights yesterday, and as we pulled in, I just decided that kind of a waste to stay here for 2 days, because because of the schedule considerations. Schedule considerations. I want to try to. I don't know if it's doable or not, but I'd like to hit the Pittsburgh area by Wednesday, and we've got a family function in Cleveland on Saturday, but we'll see. It's a 30 hours. I'm looking at 30 hours of driving time. So today is Saturday, so you got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That'd be 4 hours. That'd be 96 hours. 96 hours, and anyway, we'll see what happens. So I keep going back and forth on whether I should keep the camper or sell the camper. And for right now, I'm kind of leaning towards keeping the camper, and I'm taking it back to the manufacturer. I'm taking the camper back to the factory, so to speak, to have them service the refrigerator, and also fix the doors. The camper came with some really nice cabinetry, but it's on these sliders, and 2 of the doors, we stopped traveling for a day only to open up the camper and see little ball bearings everywhere because 2 of the doors had slid off, and the brackets or whatever, the slider that holds them, had broken, and we found the drawer with all its contents on the floor. But anyway, so we're going to take it back to the factory, and they may fix the damage that was done in that little accident that I had. The guy said that they can buff out the scrape and replace the door for me as well. So essentially it'll be like having a brand new camper that I put into storage. And if I use it again, I don't know. We will see, as the saying goes. I'd imagine that I'd use it again, but as I think ahead to my schedule, I'll be getting on a plane here sometime in the autumn, fall probably, September, and headed to Europe. And you know, every year goes by, and I tell myself that I want to go through Europe and take a tour of the Christmas festivals. You know, I'd like to go through, you know, Spain and Italy and Germany and up into the Scandinavian countries and visit the Christmas festivals. And every year I tell myself that I'm going to do that, and every year goes past and I don't do it. So this year I'm somewhat resolved. I'm somewhat resolved to get back to Florida, pack up my bags and head over to Europe and stay there through the Christmas season, and then catch a flight either back to Florida on my way to Australia, or take a flight right from Europe to down under, and we'll see. Hopefully Oz down in Melbourne is going to have his new home fixed. Poor guy, Oz. He moved into his. They've been building this beautiful home just outside of Melbourne for the last year or something like that, year and a half, and spectacular home. But they've been building this beautiful home only to have moved in and then started noticing some defects and stuff. So they had to move out, and they're living in corporate housing in Melbourne. Melbourne's a cool city. Melbourne is a really cool city. They've got these street cars, and they have what's called the tan track. A lot of people will go and do the tan track. Well, we've got 8 people watching this morning, but anyway. So talking about using the camper again, you know, that would be wouldn't be until next spring, or next, as the saying goes, we will see. So I've got a brother back home that would probably love to use the camper, but he'd love it. It'd only be a couple hours from him. So anyway, so today is the you know, interestingly enough, I picked up one of the things that I'm looking forward to getting back home the most about is getting back into a regular work schedule. And when I say back home, what I mean is that for me, traveling around in a camper. Somebody wrote a comment. When I say traveling around in a you are a natural at doing videos, Tom. You get them out so quickly and do such a good job at it. Well, thank you, Jen. Coming from you, that means a lot to me. But but anyway, it's been hard on this trip. You know, we've been traveling nearly 3 months, and I'm not going to say that it hasn't been productive, because I've been able to get work in, and you know, calling on clients. I've seen, I must have called on 30, 40 of my clients on this trip, and calling on clients in and by itself is productive. And I've probably brought on 1, 2, 3, 4. Over yesterday, I actually brought on 2 new clients. So I've been bringing on clients during this trip, and that's good. But I've got these projects. I've got these projects that I want to I guess start, complete. I'm going into a partnership with you recall there was a gentleman, Lee, at ABC Auto Care, and Lee and I sat down over breakfast last week, or this week, and agreed to go into a partnership, doing a project, or a something that I had told me that I was interested in doing. But anyway, right now I feel like I'm just kind of rambling on, but we will, we're going to pull out of here this morning in about 2 hours and pull out of Sedona. And we're going to try to make Amarillo. There's a song, Amarillo by Morning, up from San Antone. But we're going to try to make Amarillo by evening over from Sedona. And we'll see if we're able to do it. There's a spot where I'd like to take you, it's a crater from a meteor that hit the earth somewhere in the, I think, New Mexico desert or Arizona desert, not too far outside of Flagstaff. So maybe we'll stop and have a bite to eat at the crater. But and then we'll try to hit Amarillo by evening, and then tomorrow, being Sunday, put in a 12-hour drive, so we could knock out 20 of the 30-hour drive, 20 hours of the 30-hour drive today and tomorrow. That put us in a really good spot to pull into Pittsburgh. Hell, we could pull into Pittsburgh Monday. I think that'd be a little bit ambitious, but we'll see. You know, in closing, thinking about this trip, it's hard to wrap my head around this trip. It's just I've never, like I was telling Yanae last night, I've never taken a trip like this. I've traveled a lot over the course of my lifetime, but never taken a trip like this. I guess I did take. I guess I was in Australia and New Zealand for the better part of 3 months, but never took a trip pulling a camper. You know, never took a road trip. I guess that's the right way to say it. Never took a road trip like this before, and absolutely amazing. You know, it's just we've been blessed in having had the opportunity to see the places that we've seen and meet the people that we've seen. And you know, all the while that we've been traveling, Yanae has been working, and you know, she's made and she's making some incredible income doing what are called citation audits. Her and her daughter working together to do these citation audits. So they've done really, really well. And part of the business that I'm starting with Lee and ABC Auto Care is going to just go hand in hand with what Yanae and her daughter are doing. So anyway, that's enough of the babble for the day. But I'm just going to sit here and read my Fox News. And you know, any liberals out there? Hi, Tom. Finally got you live. Oh, Oz, I was just talking about you. Saying that I hope that your house is ready for me come January, or maybe I should come down and spend Christmas with you, Oz, down there in Melbourne. But then I'd have to miss a lot of the Christmas markets in Europe. But maybe I could do the Christmas markets in the early part of December, and then jump on a plane and head down under for Christmas time in Melbourne with Oz. But that's if he'll have me. So anyway, with all that being said, time to get on with my day. Yes, May, Christmas sounds great. Okay. Oz, you know what I want to do with you is I want to jump on one of those boats out of Melbourne and go to Tasmania. That's what I got to keep. I can't read these little comments here. Put on my glasses here, perhaps. But anyway, that's what I want to do, Oz. I want to go to Tasmania. I want to get one of those boats, and or ferries or boats or whatever the hell it is, and go over and kind of kick around in Tasmania for a little while. And then if we're feeling ambitious, maybe we could go up to Bali together and go hang out up in Bali. How about Bali? That's what I just said. You know, maybe we'll go to Bali together. But you'd have to keep an eye on me if we go to Bali, Oz, because I've never been to an experience like, you know, like the whole Indonesian thing. But I think when Oz goes to Bali, I think that he gets like a 4-hour massage twice a day. I think he wakes up at 8, he gets a massage till noon. Tom, this is the first time I've caught you live. Great job. Thank you, Bob. I think that I think when Oz goes to Bali, I think that what he actually does is he gets up at maybe gets up at 7, he has his breakfast, and then he has a massage from 8 to noon. And then he goes to the beach until, I think, 4. Is it 4 Oz or 5? I can't remember. But then he gets his evening massage. He gets an evening massage from, like, I think 5 to 9 or something like that. Something crazy like that. And he pays like $5 for each, and it's a 4-hand massage. How the hell you find an Indonesian woman with 4 hands, Oz? I don't know, you know. That would be really a sight to see, you know, an Indonesian woman with 4 hands giving an Australian maid a massage. But so I've got 8 people. I've got 8 people on this live broadcast, and I was going to go, but I'll stick around if anybody has any questions at all. I don't know if there's a delay between the the broadcast and you being able to type a message. Now we got 9 people. So come on, throw some questions out at me. Anybody have any questions? You know, while I wait for a question or two, it's interesting pulling in. I think I said it in my video yesterday. You pull in no delay, Tom. Well, that's good. So you pull into a place like this. Throw out some questions. I got 7 people watching. But you pull into a place like this, and you know, I live in a place like this down in Paseo, in Fort Myers. It's so it kind of takes a little bit of the enjoyment out of coming and spending $300 or $400 a night on a hotel when you actually live in a place that has, you know, all the amenities, if not more, than what this place has. But anyway, did Yanae have a good birthday? Yanae had and keep the questions coming, please, because I'm struggling for things to talk about. Yanae had I don't know if it was the birthday of her life or not, but Yanae had a great birthday. Yanae had a great birthday. I asked her what she did for her birthday last year, and she told me that she went to lunch with her daughter. And not to say that that's not special, you know, but considering that this year, you know, that she was staying in a nice place like this, and a beautiful Sedona's a beautiful place. There's no question about it. And then going out to have such a nice dinner as we did last night, I think that she had an exceptional birthday. So, any other questions for me before I kick off the camera and get over to Fox News? Where does her daughter live? Her daughter lives in Orlando, and that's actually where Yanae lives. Yanae lives in Orlando also. Yanae and her daughter live in a community called Winter Park, Florida, which is a stone's throw from the city limit of Orlando. So I've got to decide whether I'm going to rent. I pretty much decided, but I was going to rent my house. I foresee myself traveling the better part of the next year. And how did you meet? We met on Tinder, a dating app. You know, where you slide right. We met on Tinder, which is a dating app. And if you're not familiar with Tinder, it's you type in your specs. Are you wearing that thing from Budapest? Are you wearing that thing from Budapest? What thing from Budapest? Am I wearing what thing from Budapest, Oz? But But Tinder's a dating app where you view a profile. You know, you see a picture, and you swipe to the right if you'd like to meet that person, and swipe to the left if you wouldn't like to meet that person. And if you both swipe to the right, you get a notification that you each want to meet one another. So that's how I met Yanae. So anyway, you know, considering that Yanae's English, I tease her, will Yanae travel with you on your next adventures? No, she won't travel with me on my next adventures. Yanae will go back to, she'll go back to Winter Park, and back to, I think it's life as usual, if you will. She'll go back to Winter Park. But anyway, I forgot. But that's one of the challenging things about doing these live broadcasts with the chats. And I was telling you, skip that the other day, that when you start to do the live broadcast, you get people that are watching you, and you're chatting and talking about a particular point, and then you get distracted with somebody's question or somebody's comment, and then you lose your trend of thought as to what you were thinking about, and it becomes frustrating. But anyway, so that's about it. It's going to be another scorcher today in the desert. I think temperatures are going to be probably about 100 degrees or something like that. But you know, it would have been nice to bring my dad on this trip. My dad would have, God, he would have loved traveling the country in a camper with me. You know, I think about my dad. When I think about my camper, and I think about what to do with my camper, we must catch up with Nina. Oh, Nina, yeah, we're gonna have to. I think Nina took training to be a paramedic. If I'm how do you edit your videos so fast? I don't edit them. I just go live and just I use Adobe Premiere, and how I edit my videos. I'll tell you basically what I've done over the years is I've learned that when I'm going to do a video, let's say that I'm going to go do a walk along the Danube or something like that, I'll know as I'm doing my video whether it's a keeper or not. I enjoy your live videos when I can catch them live. Well, that's good, Sylvan. The way that I do the videos so quickly is, you know, you get into, once you've been doing videos long enough, you have it in your mind what you want to do, what you want to share. And like I've told Yanae doing her videos, I said you want to give people the experience, or the feeling that they're there with you, that they're walking the Danube with you, that they're taking a scenic drive with you, that they're you know, whatever experience that you're doing, you want to bring people into that experience. And oftentimes, you know, you want to bring people back to an experience. Like I get emails all the time from people that you know, moved away from a certain place, like New Zealand, like Napier, New Zealand. You know, they'll move away from a place, and they haven't been there for years, and my video takes them back. Or there's people that have always wanted to go someplace. There's people that have always wanted to go to Budapest, or people that have always wanted to go to Melbourne, or people have always wanted to drive the Great Ocean Road. And so like I tell Yanae, when I do my videos, all the while that I'm doing the videos, yes, that is what you do, Tom. My husband and I have so enjoyed your videos, and you are kind of like a tour guide for us. But when I do my videos, I've gotten to the point with the videos where I know what I want to achieve up front. For example, walking down, thank you, Jen, he was wonderful. Walking down Váci Street in Budapest. You know, it's a long street in Budapest, and you know, it might take you the better part of an hour to walk down that street, and I'm not going to do a video for 1 hour walking down the street, although I probably could. But rather what I do is I just take these short little snippets of videos. If something catches my attention, if I think something's interesting, if I think I am from Cleveland originally, Cleveland, Ohio. But if I do the Oh, Skip Smith's on the thing. I got to stop talking about him. But when I do a video, such as Vatiutza Street or something along those lines, when I do a video, what I do is I try to anticipate just doing a series of videos, and then as far as editing them, there isn't a lot of editing to do. I just go ahead and I open up Adobe Premiere Elements, which is a $100 software program. Open up Adobe Premiere Elements. I just upload all the videos. There might be 5 videos or 20 videos. I just upload them all into a timeline, and then I just export them. You know, I don't do all the crazy shit that Skip Smith does on his videos. He's got this little intro with Skip, you know, coming in. Bring Skip down under for the President's Cup of Golf. No, Skip Smith and I could not take a trip together. It's just not, Oz, it's just not possible. For those of you watching, Skip Smith is this, he's this grumpy old man down in the villages in Florida. He's a retired truck driver, and he's one of the grumpiest old men that I've ever met. The quality of your live videos has improved greatly. Widescreen and stream consistency, clear. Well, that's good. It's good. You know, you don't always get the best. You don't always get the best quality. You don't always get the best quality when you're live streaming. You're kind of dependent on your cell phone connection when you do the live stream, and then when you're walking also, you know, with the camera, you know, with when I'm doing a regular video, if you will, I've got the gimbal and it gives it stabilizer. But when you're doing a live stream with your phone, then you're subject to the phone shaking and all that kind of stuff. So we will get live videos on your next adventures. We hope so. Oh, sure you will. Yeah, I find that doing the live videos, is so much easier. What I need to do is get a little stabilizer for my camera. I need to upgrade and get a better camera and get a little stabilizer so I can do a live video with better quality. You're kind of beholden also to the amount of data that you can upload. So I don't know how that all works, but anyway, we will, as the saying goes, we will see. Any other comments? Any other comments for me or questions? Come on, Skip Smith. I know you've got a question. You're sitting there in your man cave on a Saturday morning at about 10 o'clock, wondering what to watch on TV today. You know, come on, Skip Smith. What's your question for me? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm going to end the broadcast at 1 unless I get a question or a comment. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, Skip. I'm getting kicked out of the man cave. That's because you're not a man, Skip. You know how you got away all these years sitting in a man cave when you're not a real man. That's something that's always puzzled me. Your pool and spa starts Tuesday in the new house. Oh, that's good. Fantastic. Yeah, so Skip, it doesn't surprise me that you're getting kicked out. I don't know why they didn't kick you out. Sue is turning it into a bedroom. Sue's turning it into a bedroom? You see? I knew who wears the pants in that relationship. It's Sue. All along, Yanae has been telling me Sue wears the pants in Skip and Sue's relationship. And I said, no, Skip. Skip is the boss. And she said, no. Sue wears the pants in that relationship. And that's why your man cave is getting turned into a bedroom. And it's probably going to have lace curtains, and it's probably going to have a pink bedspread and all that stuff. Oh, I know Yanae's correct. Of course Yanae's correct. So anyway, with all that being said, time to get on with my day, and just gotta go wake up Yanae. She's probably Yanae would sleep until noon if I let her. You know? See, Skip, I wear the pants in this relationship. You notice where I said she'd sleep until noon if I let her? Okay? So, Skip, you should learn time for another back wax. Yeah, Skip. You and I get a back wax together. What do you say? Huh? You don't have any